Are you still trying to find the reasons why you should start learning English? Or you're still confused and can't make up your mind to start learning? To help you with that, you should watch this. Hi, this is Nick and welcome to Nick's Learning Vlogs. So in today's video, I'll be giving you 10 reasons why you should start learning English today. And this is to answer the big question, why? Bakit? Bakit ba natin kailangan mag-aral? Is this still important nowadays? What's the use of studying this language? Ito yung sasagot sa mga tanong na nag-aaral naman tayo, nagtatrabaho tayo, may maganda tayong buhay. Hindi ko naman plano mag-abroad. Pero ba't kailangan ko ito pag-aralan? Or di kaya naman ay, ito lang ako, ganito lang ako, kontento na ako sa ganito. Kaya hindi ko na kailangan matutunan yan. So, we're going to answer those questions and set you free on those confusions that you have. And the aim of this video is to give you the idea about the reasons why we should be able to study and somehow try our best to be able to learn this particular language, the English language. But before we do that, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do hit the subscribe button and click on that notification bell so that you would be updated sa mga bagong uploads and videos dito sa channel na to. Now, to start with, reason number 1. English is a global language. Power wielded by these countries like United Kingdom and United States has started in few countries, and they started the widespread of this particular language. And this has taken a long time, and many good things and bad things already happened, but we cannot be able to control those. So what is important now is that 53 countries all over the world being spoken by 1.5 or 1.6 billion people across the world, we can use English as a positive power. Right? So instead of attracting negative vibes, right, we should use English to our advantage. And this is going to be a very good and very powerful tool of communication that we can bank on. And speaking of that, right, not only it will make traveling easier for us since this is globally being used, right? But English will also allow you to know more about global trends and culture and social issues. You'll be able to communicate plainly with people who do not speak your language. And that is just the first reason why you should start learning English. Now, moving to number 2 reason. Learning English can help you meet new people. So, since we have told you now, English is being spoken by 53 countries all over the world, spoken by 1.6 billion people around the world, right? It definitely shows that there would be at least 75 to 99% that you will be able to meet new people who is speaking this particular language. And since English is the official language of 53 countries, all right, and which is mainly used as, let's say, like a lingua franca or a common language by people. All right. This means that whether you're working in Beijing, working in Madrid, you're working in South Africa, in Johannesburg, all right, and studying English can help you have a conversation with people, since this is a very powerful tool of communication. And that is the reason number 2. Meet new people. Number 3, or the third reason why you should start learning English today is English opens a lot of opportunities. So every one of us aims to be successful. That's given, okay? But some others just settle for what they have and who they are right now, right? That is going with the mentality na dito lang tayo, ito lang yung kaya natin, we're not planning to go anywhere. We're just locked in into being, able to provide the needs of our family, being able to put food, 3 times a day on the table, if you know what I mean, right? So with this, right, we're like excluding the idea of us being able to become successful in life. And that is what English is trying to prevent people. 3 people applying for a job. Okay? So first applicant, okay, he knows only one language, which is Filipino. Second, he knows Filipino, but he is shy, or he is afraid to speak in English because he knows only a little English. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the third one, okay, he knows Filipino and he knows English as well. He's good at it. He's confident that he's able to at least speak basic English. Alright? So the interview came in, alright, it happened. Okay? So they all got the jobs. Okay? To cut it short, they all got the jobs. But what happened is that since the third applicant knows how to speak in English, okay, another opportunity came in for him, alright, aside from the position that he has, okay, since he is able to speak in English and the company that he applied for, alright, will be having new clients. So he was given that position to speak to those people, alright, since he is able to communicate in English, alright. So that is just one small example of how opportunity, alright, is being opened by knowing how to speak in English. And that is interconnected since English is a global language and English is being spoken, alright, by 53 countries all over the world, alright. And it also answers the question, or the second reason, that you will be able to meet new people.
Oh my God! Wow!
When it comes to this language. And that's third reason. Right. Moving forward to the fourth reason for starting to learn English. English is the language of business. So it's connected with English is opening new opportunities for us. Companies are looking to expand across the globe. So they're not just settling down into the countries that where they are at right now. So they're looking to hire people, bring business to other countries for them to become successful. So it goes to say that when you are able to speak in English, and since this is the language of the business, okay, it will help you expand your horizons.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a...
And that is another big reason why you should still consider learn in the language, okay? Not just because you're going to work here, okay? But chances are you will be able to encounter, or you'll be able to plan on working with these multinational companies in the future, right? No one can tell. So better be ready, and you should be able to, at least practice basic English, okay? There's nothing wrong with practicing basic English, right? And it's a step-by-step process anyway. And everything is being learned. Learning is a continuous process, okay? There's no limit into what would you like to learn, what would you like to know, right? It's just a matter of our mindset. How do we want to start? What do we want to achieve? Okay? And kung ikaw, you're just contented with what you have, okay? Fine. But if you wanted to expand your horizons, you wanted to become successful, you want to learn new things, then this is one thing that you should consider, right? And that's reason number 4. English is the language of business. Number 5 reason. Okay, so nangangalahati na tayo sa reasons. So English is a tool that gives us access to different cultures, different popular cultures around the world. Whether you are in a library in America or you're in the Philippines, let's say you're in the public library, okay? You and you're looking for history books and books about culture, all right? You will find them written in English, okay? And why? What's the reason behind that? Okay? It's for us to be able to understand and be able to learn these languages. Okay? And these different cultures are not forbidden for us to learn, right? They're actually given out for us to understand who they are, what happened before, what they are right now, right? And this is simply just to build, a solidarity, a global solidarity when it comes to the relationship of different countries, different cultures, all right? That's why communication, if you're going to study this, binds people. And without communication, without language, we will not be able to understand and communicate with each other. So number 6, it opens up the world to new knowledge. Nick, why is that?
Do it! Just do it!
Okay? So, like I said on reason number 5, with history and culture, okay, for us to understand what happened in the past, it goes the same thing with acquiring new knowledge. Okay? It's given that we have books written in Filipino, okay, but the the mere fact that there are a lot, all right, of books that you will be able to acquire knowledge that is written in English. Okay, that's why it's being said that you would be able to acquire new knowledge using English, right? Because it's being widespread used when it comes to print, media, even TV. Okay, so even other countries have their newscast in English. All right, number 7. English is the language of the internet. Okay, so in a world of full of technological advancement.
Wow!
Yan ang trend ngayon, di ba? Everything is online. That's the new normal. Okay? So we're studying English because we wanted to, either we want to be a freelancer, we wanted to land a new job, all right? And we want to do something at home because of the new normal, all right? Because of the lockdown and stuff and whatnot, okay? But when it comes to the internet, all right, it's being used by lots of people, different people all over the world. Okay, and the tool of communication and the internet is English. Everything that you would go, like websites, even just starting up the computer, that is written in English. And the aim of that is to be uniform. Okay, be uniform when it comes to the language that is being used, so that everyone would be able to understand. Because not every people, right, would be able to master different kinds of language, like being multilingual at the same time. Okay, and that's the logic behind it. It's a lot easier for people to understand how to use or how to navigate, how to operate a computer, how to browse the internet, since everything is online. Okay, that's a lot easier. Number 8, English is the language of science. So we spoke about culture, then internet, business. So another sector naman tayo. It's science. So science books, researches, everything about science has to do with English. It's written in English for other nationalities to be able to understand it. That's plainly the reason, and that's a necessity as well, since science makes has a big role into the development of the world. Like right now, okay, we have something going on, science is involved, okay? If we're going to have that in a different language, then that would be a lot more complicated to understand. Like, not everyone would be able to understand scientific terms, right? But if you're able to have that in layman's term, which is translated in English, then everything would be pretty easy, all right? And that's the convenience as well that English is giving us right now. Number 9, yan. English is fairly a simple language. Eh, ang hirap naman intindihin ng English eh. Ba't naging simple yun? Okay, guys, hold on. Kalma lang. English has only 26 alphabets, right? 2 genders. It's feminine or masculine. But you won't be considering that in particular. Okay? Pronunciation, phonetics, it's pretty straightforward. Okay? But when it comes to, there are phrases, idioms, and that is just, a plus or an advanced learning for you to be able to master English. If you really want to learn and you will be focusing in speaking in English, you will find it really easy and simple. Okay? Because everything, or plainly, everything is simply, straightforward. Other languages wherein you change vowels or consonants for you to be able to pronounce them, right? Not what you read them, okay? It's not the way how you pronounce it. There are different ways and different meanings. But in English, how you read it is how you speak it. That's what happens most of the time. Okay? That's reason number 9. Number 10, last reason. English helps us develop our confidence. If you are able to speak a second language, you feel confident, right? Because you're able to speak yourself, you're able to write about your ideas, you're able to expound what you wanted to say, okay? Using a different language. And it is a helpful tool, right? If you want to go to a job application, a job fair, you want to apply for a job, this is really useful. That's why a lot of references say that English is also a good another reason why you will get hired for a job. Okay? Because companies right now, they are looking for employees that are able to speak confidently about themselves, being able to let out all of your ideas and being able to share knowledge to different people. Okay? And that's not a sign of being, boastful or being an elite, but it's just a matter of confidence, right? And if you're feeling low about not being able to do this, okay, what you just need to do is just practice. Practice makes you better. So one thing that you could do is start reading books written in English. That's an old form, okay? But right now, since the trend is online, you just browse the internet, you can just go to Netflix, watch videos, okay? You can just watch videos in English. And from there on, you will be able to practice. Practice speaking in front of the mirror, okay? Try to enunciate words that you hear. You can even use Google Assistant. Talk to Google in English and respond to her. And engage in a conversation. If you're afraid or if you're too shy to talk to a friend or your parents about that you wanted to study or learn English, there are a lot of ways. And what matters most is that you, all right, you do the first step. You set the gauge. No matter how good the plan is, if you're not looking to execute it, right, it's not useful. Okay, so there's no definite time for you to study and start learning, right? The time is now. Okay, you start doing it. Okay. Yeah, and that's the 10 reasons why we should start learning in English. And I hope I was able to put the message across, okay? And I hope na sana we are able to get sound ideas on this video tungkol sa importance ng English, na it's not something like a burden or a parusa na dapat nating i-take if you're studying, if that is your subject or whatnot, but rather take it as a bonus or an opportunity for us to be able to expand our horizons. English takes practice, and once you decided to study and learn English, just persevere and don't give up, okay? Because practice makes you better. Just remember that, okay? Alright, so that's it for me for this video, and I hope you got the ideas that I want to share to you guys, and let's see each other on the next vlog, and that's it for me.